למען achai זה בית חם, אוהב, מלא טוב, שיודע לנווט בצורה המקסימלית את העזרה והסיוע לאזרח בכל קושי שהוא נמצא, לכל דבר שהוא צריך.
15 years ago, David Morris decided to step up where nobody else had. במקום שאין אנשים, השתדל להיות איש. There was no charity organization to help people out of poverty. He therefore founded lemaan achai. At lemaan achai, we help our own friends and neighbors, people from our own community who are in crisis. Our professional staff works diligently to get them back on their feet, financially and emotionally. We are a shoulder to lean on, an ear to listen, and most importantly, give guidance and help to those in crisis. Lemaan achai's goal is not to provide temporary relief, like aspirin for a headache, but to provide a holistic solution for a family in need. This is done by offering critical material aid, emotional and financial counseling, and long-term planning. This winning combination ensures that these families will be able to be self-sufficient while eliminating second-generation poverty. The full story of lemaan achai goes back many years.
In Great Britain, there are strict regulations about public collections of charity. However, once a month, children are allowed to organize in a very orderly fashion and stand on a street corner and collect charity, but there are rules.
The rules were you're supposed to passively stand there and rattle your charity box.
And out of this phalanx of charity collectors comes a 5-year-old boy, and he walks out into the middle of the street and he lifts up the can and he shakes it and he asks people for charity.
In all the years, I'm the only cause of a police complaint.
So at a young age, David Morris had the drive and the foresight to be different than everyone else, to step out of the box, literally in this case, in order to help other people.
One day there was a disturbance I heard outside my apartment in the stairwell. I went to see what was going on, and there were 3 heavy guys who were smashing down the door of the upstairs neighbors. So they had a business, the business had failed, and they had bounced a check. I said, well, how big was the check? I said, well, it was for 200 shekels. And at that point, I offered to help. And we started an organization, not just to help this one family, but help families in similar circumstances.
Lemaan achai started here in our house. Over here, this table, Rav Chaim, David, neighbors, friends.
And the vision then was to help not just with money, handouts.
There wasn't an organization at that time that could help people break the cycle of poverty and become independent. And there was really a halacha question. Could we open another organization which might seem to conflict with somebody else, but we really have a different goal? And at that time I said I would discuss it with my father, Aaron Soloveitchik, and he told me that we can open an organization and we should open an organization.
The Rambam clearly rules that the highest level of charity is to help the needy get back on their feet. We call this smart chesed. Chesed which gets families through and out of crisis.
Lemaan achai in Smart Chesed was a cut above all the other organizations that I was familiar with. It wasn't just a matter of handouts, giving money for today, but really a plan for the future.
My vision for setting up lemaan achai was an organization that would really get to the root of problems, would address them in a professional way, and would not perpetuate poverty, but would actually solve poverty.
We take the long view. We try and ask ourselves, where do we want to see this family in 3 years' time?
It builds futures, it builds a tomorrow for our families by looking at the whole picture, a comprehensive, holistic approach to the issues of poverty.
We try to avoid the reflex, band-aid, quick fix that can often perpetuate problems.
Its mission is to get people to be self-sufficient.
It may not seem intuitive to everyone, but the model genuinely works. Chesed im tvuna. smart chesed.
אני התחתנתי ביום הולדת של גיל 19, הייתי אישה מאוד מצליחה, ויום בהיר אחד הוא נעלם. זה היה בערב פסח, הוא הודיע בעבודה שהוא כבר לא יגיע הביתה ולעולם, הם חשבו שיחד איתי, אבל למעשה הם גילו שהוא השאיר אישה עם ילדים. זה היה בשבילי יום שחור, קשה מאוד.
אלישבע הגיעה אליי עם בעיות רקע מאוד מורכבות. התחילה בזה שהייתה בהליכי גירושים מאוד קשים.
ביום הראשון הגעתי בבושת פנים, והתביישתי, אפילו בכיתי המון.
היו קשיים של בחורה יחסית צעירה, הייתה אז פחות מגיל 30, מטופלת ב3 ילדים.
הקושי הכי גדול להגיע לילדים בלי לחם לבית ספר. זה הנקודה שאמרתי, לעולם לא.
When a family comes into lemaan achai, they meet with a social worker, and that social worker works with a team, financial counselor, citizens advice.
העמותה היחידה שאני מכירה זה למען החי. אז אני אבוא לשם, אני לא צריכה שום דבר, אני רוצה את העזרה האמיתית, שתגידו לי לאן אני הולכת, מה אני עושה עם כל קושי שהוא.
So it's not just to take care of today's needs, but to see how we can best help that family and the entire family, the parents, the children, everyone together come through the difficult situation and be able to stand on their own with honor and with dignity.
תחילת הדרך זה היה צורך של איך אני משיגה אוכל ואיך אני משיגה עבודה. המשך הדרך זה איך אני משיגה תמיכה נפשית לי, שבעצם אני מגלה כל מיני דברים שכאישה אני צריכה סיוע.
We are not here to tell people what to do. We are here to advise, okay? We are here to give over information, to give people tools so they can take that to the next step.
הוא אמר, אוקיי, בוא נשדרג לך את החיים, בוא נעשה לך טוב על הלב.
Because the only way a new relationship is going to work is if they're able to care for themselves financially.
בוא נעטוף את כל המשפחה, בוא נראה מה הצורך כדי שהנפש תישאר בריאה.
A budget is about choices. It's not about documentation. What I help people do is create a budget that actually works for them.
והוא היה שם בשביל לומר לי, זה מוגזם. או הוא היה ממש כשופר שלי, הוא דיבר עם המנהל בנק.
By providing social worker-led case management and providing much-needed services, we take care of our families and give them a real opportunity to pull through and out of the hardship.
Not only does lemaan achai provide a basket of services for our needy, but we are involved in dozens of community projects, shemesh shop, financial seminars and counseling, moadonit for young children, Citizens' Rights Center, food distribution, dental clinic, and many more. Many volunteers from the community partake in and run these projects. They give of their time and energy because they too believe in smart chesed.
Just as we have done with Elisheva and thousands of others, providing dental clinic, therapy, mentoring, benefits advocacy, financial counseling, and many other services.
תמיד אני אהיה מחייכת, ותמיד אני אראה נהדר, כי הגמח של למען החי מספק לי את הבגדים הכי יפים.
The shemesh shop was started 10 or 12 years ago.
It caters everyone from every social, economic level.
There's no busha for shopping here. The best way to give tzedakah, to get something that we need.
The beauty of the shemesh shop is that we get clothes from America, second-hand clothes from America, and everybody comes in.
רפואת שיניים, פתאום זה הציל אותי.
People are satisfied. They feel like it's just like any other dental clinic.
The dentists here are very highly trained. They're very proficient in what they do.
אני קיבלתי פה מלמען החי חונכים לילדים, וזה מדהים. זה נותן תמיכה רגשית, הילדים מחכים לזה, אפילו שזה מפגש קטן. אבל לבת שלי זאת אחות גדולה.
The families that I've helped over the years, in effect, about 6 million shekels every year is coming into their pockets through all the various activities that I'm involved in.
And that's really what's turned the little idea into a big organization, is the willingness of people, regular people in Ramat Beit Shemesh, to roll up their sleeves and to help.
The idea that everyone in the community can play a part and should play a part in serving everyone else in the community, and the idea that everyone should be, feel that they could and will be able to stand on their own feet with a little bit of help from others.
We have given financial seminars, one-on-one counseling, educational seminars to the entire community so that we can prevent problems.
זה ארגון חסד שאין לו תקדים בארץ.
But it's worth it just for the satisfaction of seeing the people that I know that I'm saving them a lot of money.
I really believe in what lemaan achai do.
It's a place to achieve financial, emotional independence.
All walks of life can have a part in lemaan achai, and lemaan achai enables all of us, is mizaka, the community, with all those mitzvot.
lemaan achai is a community coming together with the sole aim of helping families in need to get out of poverty.
Besides integrity, besides transparency, besides concern for every single Jew, was also concerned about halacha. That is something lemaan achai has taken through all the years, 15 years, that halacha is a cornerstone of lemaan achai, that everything should be done and decided based on Torah and halacha.
I think we've been very consistent to those values.
We do our part, and with Hashem's help, we have much success. Many of the families we help are back on their feet, earning a nice salary, and are now supporters of lemaan achai.
Success is when a family that was getting help for months or years comes to me after a Smart Chesed program with a donation.
A couple came over to me this summer. I was walking someplace and I hadn't seen them in a few years. I worked with them, and they told me that I saved their life. They said that it has changed their life. They are still using the system and it's still working.
And they tell me about what desperate situation that they were in before, and how now things are resolved and better, and they're on their feet, and they're incredibly grateful to lemaan achai.
ניתחנו את המשכנתה החדשה שהיא תיקח.
אני עומדת השבוע לקנות את הבית שלי.
Not only do donations go directly towards those in need, but lemaan achai stretches those donations so that every dollar donated provides $4 worth of services to those in need. Lemaan achai was the recipient of the Olam Chesed Yibaneh for service to the community during Operation Protective Edge. When David M., the founding committee, established lemaan achai over 15 years ago, they never dreamed that it would reach such proportions. The thousands of families which benefited from the Smart Chesed approach are the living testimony of the active protection lemaan achai provides the community.
People in the community are very grateful for what lemaan achai does.
תבואו לתרום ללמען החי, זה המקום הכי מדהים שיש, שנותן לא רק כמו כל עמותה, צדקה ואוכל, אלא זה תמיכה בכל מובן.
And it's not just the money, and it's not just the help, but the fact that we were there for them. Not just a handout, but a hand up. To be there side by side, to help escort a family so that they're able to stand on their own.
המקום הזה שפה נתן לי את הבמה הזאת להיות עוצמתית ולהאמין בעצמי, אני פשוט שואטת, מתקדמת בטירוף ומרגישה חזקה.
For 15 years, lemaan achai, the Iron Dome against poverty in Beit Shemesh.